Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Fast and Fun English. And today we're going to solve a problem that I know drives every single language learner crazy. You study a list of words. You repeat them again and again. You feel like you know them. But then a few days later, you need to use one of those words in a conversation and poof, it's gone. Your mind is completely blank. You can almost see the word, but you can't reach it. Does this sound familiar? If it does, please type yes in the comments. Let me see I'm not alone in this. It's so frustrating, right? You feel like you have a leaky brain where new words just fall out. Well, I have good news. The problem is not your memory. The problem is how you are trying to remember the words. Today, we're going to change that. We're going to learn how to move words from your passive memory, where you recognize them when you see them, to your active vocabulary, where you can use them instantly when you speak. We're going to learn the science of memory and make it fun. Let's start plugging those leaks. Chapter 1. The Big Mistake. Why cramming word lists doesn't work. Let's think about how most of us learn vocabulary in school. We got a list of 20 words with their translations. We memorized them for a test on Friday. And by Monday, we had forgotten 80% of them.
Why?
Because our brain is not designed to remember isolated facts. Our brain is designed to remember things that are meaningful, contextual, and useful for survival. A random list of words is not meaningful. It's just noise. Trying to remember the word apple by itself is difficult. But remembering the word apple as part of a story, the sweet red apple one ate on a sunny day in the park, that is meaningful. Your brain has a hook to hang the memory on. It's connected to an image, a feeling, a story. So, rule number 1, stop learning lonely words. Always learn words in context. Chapter 2. The Golden Rule. Learn phrases, not just words. This is the most important tip in this video. Instead of learning the word book, learn a phrase that uses the word. Just the word, book. This is weak and easily forgotten. The phrase, I'm reading a great book, or let me book a ticket. This is strong and useful. When you learn a phrase, you learn so much more. 1. Grammar. You learn how the word is used with other words, e.g., reading a book, not reading book. 2. Collocation. You learn which words naturally go together, e.g., we read a book, but we watch a movie. 3. Pronunciation. You practice the rhythm and linking of the words in a sentence. So, from today, your vocabulary notebook should not have lists of single words. It should have useful phrases. Chapter 3. The 3-step method to make a word stick. Okay. So how do we do this? Here is a simple 3-step method you can use for every new word or phrase you want to learn. Step 1. Find the context, the hook. Don't just write the word. Find it in a sentence. If you hear a new word in a movie, write down the whole sentence. If you see it in an article, write down the phrase it appears in. This is your hook. Example. You hear the word exhausted. The sentence was, after working for 12 hours, I was completely exhausted. Step 2. Make it personal, the connection. This is the magic step. You need to connect the new word to your own life. Create a sentence about you using the new word or phrase. The crazier or more personal, the better. Your brain remembers unusual and emotional things. Example, last week, after I cleaned my entire apartment, I was so exhausted that I fell asleep on the sofa. Step 3. Activate it immediately, the action. You must use the new word within 24 hours, or your brain will trash it as unimportant. You need to show your brain, this is useful.
Keep it.
Say it out loud. Say your personal sentence from step 2 3 times. Write it. Post your sentence in the comments of this video, or write it in a journal. Use it. Find a way to use it in a real or practice conversation. Tell your language partner, yesterday I was exhausted because. If you do these 3 steps, the word will have a much higher chance of sticking in your long-term memory. Chapter 4. Technique 1. The power of stories and mnemonics. A mnemonic, pronounced mnemonic, is a funny little trick to help you remember something. Let's use it for vocabulary. Let's say you want to remember the difference between stationary, not moving, and stationary, paper for writing. They sound the same. How can you remember? Mnemonic, stationary has an E for envelope, or stationary has an A for stay in place. It's silly, but it works. Your brain loves silly and funny connections. Even better than a mnemonic is a mini story. Let's learn the word gigantic. Story: I saw a gigantic pizza. It was so big that I could use a slice as a boat. Can you picture that? The image of a pizza boat is so strange that you'll remember gigantic means very big. Chapter 5. Technique 2. Use your senses. The deeper the connection, the stronger the memory. The more senses you involve, the more pathways you create to the memory. Don't just see the word. Feel it. For adjectives, don't just learn rough and smooth. Find a rough piece of wood and a smooth stone. Touch them and say, this is rough. This is smooth. For verbs, act them out. To learn to stumble, pretend to stumble over something. To learn to whisper, actually whisper the word. For nouns, if you're learning food words, go to the market, see the food, smell it, taste it, and say its name. This multisensory approach makes the word a real experience, not just an abstract concept. Chapter 6. Technique 3. The Spaced Repetition System, SRS. This is a technique based on science. Our brains forget things on a schedule. But if we review information just as we are about to forget it, we strengthen the memory dramatically. You can do this with a simple notebook system, but the easiest way is to use an app like Anki or Memrise. These apps are like smart flashcard systems. You put in your new word and its example sentence. The app will then show you the word. First, 1 day later. Then, if you remember it, 3 days later. Then, 1 week later, and so on. It feels like magic. The app does the scheduling for you, making sure you review words right before you're likely to forget them. This is the most efficient way to build a large vocabulary. Chapter 7. Your weekly vocabulary routine. Let's put all of this together into a simple, sustainable routine. Quality is more important than quantity. Learning 5 words really well is better than learning 50 words poorly. Monday, Discovery Day. Find 5 to 7 new words or phrases from something you enjoy, a song, a YouTube video, a news article. Write them down in a notebook with their example sentences. Tuesday, Connection Day. For each word, create a personal, funny, or crazy sentence. Say each sentence out loud. Draw a small picture next to the word if you can. Wednesday, Activation Day. Try to use all 5 to 7 words. Write a short paragraph using them, or try to use them in your speaking practice. Post your paragraph in the comments here. Thursday, review day. Quickly review the words from Monday. Use your SRS app or just cover the meanings and test yourself. Friday, fun day. Watch a movie or listen to a song related to your words. Can you hear them? Celebrate if you do. Weekend, free choice. Relax. But if you see or hear one of your words in the wild, give yourself a point. It's a great feeling. Chapter 8. The Mindset. Be a curious collector. Finally, change your mindset about vocabulary. Don't think of it as a boring task. Think of yourself as a collector, like someone who collects stamps or coins. Every new word is a treasure. Be curious. When you see an object and you don't know the word, get excited. Ooh, what's that called in English? Look it up immediately. That sense of curiosity and discovery is a powerful motivator that will make learning stick. Conclusion. Build your vocabulary palace. Remember, my friends, building a strong vocabulary is like building a palace, one brick at a time. You can't build it all in one day. But if you consistently add strong, well-understood bricks, words learned in phrases connected to your life and reviewed wisely, you will build a palace that lasts a lifetime. Stop trying to cram. Start trying to connect. Your memory is better than you think. In our next lesson, we'll use this powerful vocabulary to master one of the most enjoyable parts of English, telling a great story. But for now, I have a mission for you. Your connection mission. In the comments below, I want you to do step 2 of our method. Write a personal sentence for one of these words. Exhausted, very tired. Gigantic, very big. Whisper, to speak very quietly. For example, after playing with my dog for an hour, I was completely exhausted. I can't wait to read your creative sentences. Let's learn from each other. Thank you for your amazing effort. Keep collecting those word treasures, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.